exceptions occurring in the application. Log messages will help us in understanding the application execution flow and the exceptions occurring in the application. Okay. Now, how we will get the log? Application will be running in some different location. Our application will be running in some other server. Application will be running in one machine. In that machine, we will be having a server. We will take a computer or server box. In that box, we will have a server. Inside the server, our application will be running. This is a server. Inside the server box, our application will be running. Now, this application will be generating the logs. The logs will be available in another server called log server. Another server called log server. So here, log file will be created. Application running in one location, log file will be created in the another location, in another server, because security. Now, this application will be connecting to this log server and it is stored in the log file. How we can get the log messages available in the log file? How we can access log messages available in log file? How we can access log messages available in the log file? Can you guys tell me how can we access log messages available in the log file? We will use some tools to access log files in the real time. In real time, we will use some tools. In real time, we will use some tools to get log messages from log file. What are those things? What are those things? What are the tools available? We have a putty tool. Using putty, we can access the log server and we can access the log messages. Putty is used to connect from one machine to another machine. Now, we can go for WinSCP also. And the third one is Splunk Software. This is recommended. Splunk is recommended, but it is costly, commercial. Okay, so you will get the access for the Splunk administrator will be available. These log files will be stored to Splunk Software. These log files will be stored to Splunk Software. That is called log monitoring. For the project, Splunk admin will be available. These log files, they will host to the Splunk Software. Now, as a developer, you will access this Splunk. They will provide the access for you for the Splunk software in your company. If a company will be using Splunk, your company will purchase the Splunk. They will give you Splunk access, Splunk credentials to you. Then from your system, you can connect to the Splunk and you can get the logs from the Splunk. This is the process. This is the process. Or else you can use putty also to connect. You can use WinSCP also to connect. You can use putty. You can use WinSCP. Putty or WinSCP also you can use to connect to the log server to access log files. Putty and WinSCP and Splunk. Like this you can get the logs. Are you able to follow me? How the logs monitoring will happen in the real time? Are you able to follow me how the logs monitoring will happen in the real time? In the application, we will generate the logging. In the application, we will implement the logging. In the application, we will implement the logging. So now, when the logging is happening, whenever the problem is occurring in the project, we need to access the log messages. In order to access the log messages, we are having some tools. What are the tools available? One is putty, second one is WinSCP, and the third one is the Splunk. So now, if your company purchasing the Splunk software, then one Splunk administrator will be available. Splunk administrator will be available. Splunk administrator will mount the logs to the Splunk software. You will get the access for the Splunk software in your company. They will give you Splunk username, password, Splunk URL. You log into the Splunk, you access the logs. Suppose in your company, Splunk is not available, then you will use either PuTTY or WinSCP to access the log file. You will use the PuTTY or WinSCP to access the log file. So guys, with this, do you understand how logging will happen and how log monitoring will happen? With this, do you understand how logging will happen and how log monitoring will happen? How logging will happen and how log monitoring will happen? Are you comfortable with this? Are you comfortable with this? Fine. And yesterday, I have given one video for you to watch. What is the difference between SLF4J and Log4j? Utsav Srivastav, can you tell me what is the difference between SLF4J and Log4j? Yesterday I have given one video. What is the difference between SLF4J and Log4j? What is the difference between SLF4J and Log4j? Can anyone tell me? I have given the video yesterday. In that video, 20 minutes I have explained what is the difference between SLF4J and Log4j. Yeah, Sanjala, can you tell me what is the difference between SLF4J and Log4j?
Yeah, hi, good morning, sir.
Very good morning.
So what I understood is SLA4J, they both are not comparable because SLA4J, it provides an abstraction and it provides it's an abstraction layer which provide a means to implement different logging framework, and Log4j is one of those framework. There are other frameworks also, so using this abstraction it gets relatively easier to use any kind of framework. We just need to go to the property file and just change the respective dependency, and then we are good to go.
Exactly, right. So now, if I use directly Log4j in my project, then what is the problem? My application is tightly coupled with only Log4j. Now, so I have a project. In this project, I can implement the logging by using Log4j. I can implement this is my application. In my application, I am using Log4j framework. I'm using Log4j framework to develop my application. To implement the logging, I am using Log4j in my application. If I implement Log4j in my application, then what is the issue? My application is tightly coupled with only Log4j. My application is tightly coupled with only Log4j. Now, tomorrow, I want to change from Log4j to some other framework to implement the logging. Logback is available. Logstash is available. I want to change my logging framework. So I need to modify all the classes available in my application. Yes or no? We are going to implement logger. We are going to implement log levels. So we need to change our entire application. If you want to change from Log4j to Log4j, from Log4j 1 to Log4j 2 or some other logging framework, there are several logging frameworks are available in the market. But it is not recommended to use the logging framework directly in our application. So that is the reason what we are going to do is our application will not talk to Log4j directly. Our application will talk to SLF4j. SLF4j is an abstraction. My application will talk to SLF4j. For this SLF4j, we can inject either Log4j, Log4j2, Logback, Logstash. Like that, there are several logging frameworks are available. Whichever you want to use, you can just configure that dependency. That's it. Log4j or Log4j2, or Logback or Logstash. Like this, it can support for multiple logging frameworks. So tomorrow, when I want to change the logging framework, do I need to modify my Java classes? Do I need to modify my Java classes, or I need to just change the dependency? Do I need to modify the Java classes, or I need to change only dependency? I just need to change only dependency, because I am not talking to any logging framework directly in my project. I am talking to SLF4j. SLF4j is providing abstraction for the logging framework. When you are using SLF4j in your application, you can plug in any logging framework in the runtime. Just within fraction of seconds, you can change from one logging framework to another logging framework. So that's the reason when we are developing the classes with logging, we will use the SLF4j component. We don't use the log4j component directly. That is the summary of that video. 20 minutes I have explained related to SLF4j and log4j differences. Are you able to understand? Anjali Kaita, can you tell me what you understand from that video which I have given yesterday? Anjali Kaita. Anjali Keita, what you understand from yesterday's video? Nisha Kumari, what you understand from the yesterday's video? Hari Krishnan, guys, can you speak out? I'm asking question. Can you speak out?
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, sir. Actually, XLF4j is providing the loosely coupled, and when we are using the log4j directly, it will provide the tightly coupled. Or log4j, SLF4j internally using the log4j and other login implementation also.
Okay, very good, very good. You understand? You have gone through that video, na?
Yes, sir.
Very good, super. All right, fine, guys. Look at this diagram, how the logs will be monitored. Okay, guys, perfect. Good. Now, let's continue and let's try to understand what are the tools that we have discussed as of now. What are the tools we have discussed as of now? And what is the purpose of those tools? Sanjana, can you tell me what are the tools we discussed so far and what is the purpose of those tools? Where we will use those tools in the project? Hello. Your voice is not audible. Sanjana, your voice is not audible. We discussed about Maven. We will use this Maven to create the projects, to add the dependence. Maven, it is used to perform build process. It is used to perform build process of our application. Maven is one open source tool given by Apache. By using Maven, we are going to perform build process of our application, like create project, add dependencies, create projects, download dependencies, adding the dependencies to the class path, project compilation and project packaging. Project compilation, test classes execution, and project packaging. As of now, we don't know test classes. we have not discussed about JUnit, test classes execution. The next one, project packaging, either jar or var, according to our requirement. After this Maven software, we discussed about one more tool which is called as Github. It's a cloud. Github. It is a cloud platform. Providing services to host our application and store project source code. By using this, we can host the application and we can store our project source code. Github internally using Git as a client software to perform version control operations. Github is using Git as version control software. So Github is using Git as version control software. Using Git, we can integrate all the teamwork in single place. Storage facility and monitored access available. Storage facility and monitored access available in the Git. You can store the project source code at one place and you can monitor that source code also. Who is changing, why they are changing, when the changing, what changing, everything we are going to observe in the GitHub. After that, we discussed about Bitbucket also. This is also a version control software. Version control software which is using Git as underlying software, which is using Git only. Fine. Now we discussed about one concept called source tree. This is a client software to perform Git operations in Bitbucket or GitHub. Wherever you want to perform the client operations, then you can go for source tree. This is a client software to perform Git operations in Bitbucket. Then we discussed about SDLC, software development lifecycle. In this, we discussed about waterfall model and agile model. We discussed about waterfall model and we discussed about agile model. Agile is the iterative model. This is waterfall is the linear model. Agile is the iterative model. And agile is the iterative model. Software development lifecycle. Waterfall is the linear model and agile is the iterative model. Then we discussed about one more software called Jira. Project management software. Jira is project management software and for bug tracking also. Complete project work will be managed by using Jira software. Project management software, and it is used for bug tracking. That means whenever you have done the development, some bugs may occur. Tester will test your application, will track the bugs and will report the bugs in the Jira. Jira will be used as a project management software as well as bug tracking software also. After that, we discussed about logging. Log4j. It is used to perform logging. In application. Then we discussed about log monitoring tools. We discussed about log monitoring tools to access log messages available in log file. To access log messages available in the log file. I have shown you how to use WinSCP in the video, and I have shown you how to access Splunk also in the video. By using WinSCP and by using Splunk, we can access that. Then the last topic that was, I have given a video, SLF4j versus log4j. SLF4j versus log4j. SLF4j is making our application loosely coupled with the log frameworks. SLF4j making our application loosely coupled with logging frameworks. Logging frameworks. SLF4j is providing abstraction. SLF4j is providing abstraction. This is what we have discussed. Anything else that we have covered so far? Anything else we have covered so far? Maven. Maven is a build tool which is used to perform build process of our application. By using Maven, we can create the projects, we can download the dependencies, we can add the dependencies to the build path, we can compile the project, we can execute the test classes, and we can package our application into jar file or war file. This is a build tool. For every project, we will use build tool, either Maven or Gradle. Okay, Gradle we have not discussed as of now. We discussed about Maven. Next one, coming to GitHub. GitHub is a cloud platform providing services to host our application and store the project source code at one common place, like repositories will be available. People will be working from different locations. People will be working from different locations to host to develop the code. All the code will be integrated at one place. Got it. All the developers code will be stored at one place, and that code also will be having monitored access. Who is making the changes, why, when, what, everything will be tracked. Like Bitbucket, we have another version control software which is called, like GitHub, we have another version control software called Bitbucket. Now, to perform these operations, we will go for source tree. Source tree is one of the client software. Okay, Git Bash Commands. We have spent a lot of time to work with the Git Bash Commands, guys. Git Bash CLI software to perform Git operations. I have explained Git Bash Commands also. We discussed about Git Bash Commands. Git Bash. It is a CLI to perform Git operations. Git Bash. It is a CLI to perform Git operations. This is a CLI to perform Git operations. Git Bash Commands. Git commands we discussed. Git commands also we have discussed. Bitbucket, source tree, SDLC. In the SDLC I have explained waterfall model and I have explained Agile model. Then Jira. Jira we are going to use as a project management work. All the work related to the project will be managed by using Jira only. Jira for project management, as well as we are going to use for bug tracking also. And the next one is Log4j. Log4j is used to perform logging in the application because our applications are going to run in the servers. When the functionality is not working, we should be able to identify where is the problem and what is the problem. For that, we are going to implement logging in our application. To implement the logging, we are using Log4j or Logback. In the Spring Boot, we have Logback by default configuration. Then, when the application generating the log messages based on the levels and based on the ruling policy, we need to monitor the log messages. In order to monitor the log messages, we have some log monitoring tools. In the real time, people will be using Putty or WinSCP or Splunk to monitor the log messages. Got it? Now, whenever we are implementing the logging, we need to understand what is the level. The level is info by default. That means from info level to all the higher level messages will be printed. If you want to print all the low level messages of your application also, then we need to keep the level as a debug level. Now, do you think that every day the log files, every day the log messages will be stored to the single file, or we are going to implement a rolling policy? Every day we are going to store the log messages to the single file, or we are going to use rolling policy? Is it recommended to use the rolling policy, or it is not recommended to use the rolling policy? Is it recommended to use the rolling policy, or it is not recommended to use the rolling policy? Using the rolling policy is highly recommended. No project will be having the logging without rolling policy, because in the real time our application will be using by several people, so many logs will be generated. If you keep only one log file, then it is difficult to manage. That's the reason we are going to use rolling policy. How many ways we can roll the log files? How many ways we can roll the log files? 2 ways, size based and time based. Can we do the mix also? We can do the mix also, where we are going to configure that rolling policy details in the logback.xml. Logback.xml. Size based rolling means whenever you configure a size, once the file reaches to that size, new log file will be created. If you go for time based rolling, every day the new log file will be created. Good. Whenever there is a problem in the application, we need to understand the problem by opening the log messages. Log files are available in our system, or log files will be available in the some other system. Log files will be available in the some other system. Server will be available in one system. Log files will be available in the another system. Server will be available in one system. Log files will be available in the another system. Okay. Now, if our project having a Splunk, if the client is giving the money to purchase the Splunk, then company will purchase the Splunk software. Then one Splunk administrator will be available. Splunk administrator will mount our application log files to Splunk software, and we will get the Splunk access. You have seen in that video, I got the URL, username, password for the Splunk. I just logged in into my Splunk software and I accessed log messages. It depends upon the company and project. Some projects may use Splunk, some projects may not use Splunk. But nowadays, most of the companies are using Splunk software because it is very advanced software to monitor log files. Good guys, I think almost more than 1 month completed. So are you clear with what we discussed so far? Are you confident on the topics that we covered so far? Did I cover single line of Java coding as of now? Did I cover any coding part as of now? We have not done any coding as of now. We have not done any coding as of now. Then what we have discussed as of now? No coding, na? Then what we discussed almost Jan 5th our batch started. First 1 week demo classes, leave them. 1 month almost we spent. 1 month we have spent here. 1 month we have spent here. What you learned in this 1 month? So do you feel this 1 month is worthful? Is this 1 month is worthful? Agam Krishna, can you tell me, sir? What is your experience on this? What is your feedback on this 1 month?
Hello.
Yeah, yes, sir. How are you?
Yes, sir. Great experience, sir. Day by day, increase my confidence, sir.
Your confidence levels are increasing day by day. Okay.
Yes.
So, are you working or you are a fresher?
I am working, sir. In a startup company, sir.
In the startup company you are working. So, how many years experience you have?
2 years, sir.
2 years experience. Are you using all the tools in the project?
Maven, yes, sir. Using Git, all things are using, but not like confident like that, sir.
Okay. So from 2 years you are working in the company, you are using these tools in your project also.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think now you are confident on using these tools.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So in the project, if any of your team member facing the problem, you can guide them how to work with Git, how to work with Maven, how to work with logging, how to work with log monitoring. All
Yes,
these
sir.
things you can tell them that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Next one. Deepali Salve. What's your experience, madam?
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Hi, Deepali. So what you learned in this 1 month?
Yeah, I'm as a fresher. I didn't know what happens in company. So for me, it's like magic. I mean, how Hub works, I feel like it's real time experience. So for me, it's very good.
Very good. Okay. Good. Thank you. Fine. Next one. Ratnaraju. Hi.
Good morning, sir. Wow.
Hi, good morning, Ratnaraj. So, what is your experience in this 1 month, man?
Sir, it is very excellent for me, sir. Because of there is a lot of confusion for me. Can I get any calls regarding this placement, sir? Because of Maven, I really experienced that, and also it is very wonderful thing, sir, for me. I am getting lot of errors in working with Git, sir. But as of now, you clearly explained that Git Bash, sir. Thank you.
Oh, okay, good.
Then I am getting calls, sir. Yesterday I get one call, sir, regarding my placement. They're asking employment deals, previous employment details, sir.
From which company you got? From which company you got?
They're not mailed me, sir. They called, but I forgot that company, sir.
Is it from Ashok IT Placements?
No, sir. It is Bengaluru-based company.
Okay.
Yes. I put my resume in Monster, sir. That's why the calls are getting, sir.
Okay.
Can I proceed with that, sir? I am getting calls that they are asking.
Yeah, we'll come to that, sir, now.
What is your total experience and their current CTC and expected CTC, notice period, all these things they are asking, sir.
Sure, sir. Sure. So currently, one second.
Sir.
Currently, still we are in the tools concept only. Our mini projects are not started. Once our mini project, because now you see in the Ashok IT, every week the placements drives are happening. So many companies are looking for our institute people, basically. Because the companies has gone through our videos in the YouTube. They have seen our course content. So now what they are thinking is, if they take the people from our institute, they don't need to provide any training for them. They can directly work in the project, because here we are teaching completely real-time concepts. Easily our batch students can get the jobs. Okay? You wait for another 1 month. You don't rush. So definitely you will get a very good offer with a good decent package once this course is completed.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. But I am interested in to go with that placement, sir, because of my needs, sir. It is my need.
Okay, so sure, sir, definitely. Now you observe. You already took the training in some other institute. Now you joined in our institute. 1 month class is completed. You can feel the difference in the content.
Sir, exactly. There is a lot of difference in between, sir. Good interaction and doubts clarification. All these things are very good, sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Nice,
for that, I mailed, sir. I mailed for my query, sir. Please give me that.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you.
Let me take up some other guy. Kumar B. Hello, Kumar. Can you unmute your mic? Kumar B. Can you unmute your mic? And can you tell me, so do you feel this 1 month is worthful to spend in the project batch? ये बंदा डर गया, अनम्यूट नहीं कर रहा. अनिल कुमार.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Anil. Yeah. Tell me, sir, what do you feel that you learned something in the 1 month of time?
Of course, sir. Why? Actually, I have this knowledge on this, but I didn't have this much of knowledge, sir. You giving me that much of stuff. It's awesome, sir.
Good
Thank
man.
you, sir.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, sir. Manikanta R.
Hi, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, hi Manikanta. Good morning. So,
And these tools are awesome. You explain everything in scratch, like creating repositories, how you are cloning, how we will creating repositories. That is, previously I don't know. I'm working past 3 years.
okay. You're working in the company for 3 years. Okay.
That is awesome.
Mhm.
And Spring Boot microservices only I am working. All these
Okay.
tools are I'm using. In-depth knowledge I didn't have.
Okay, now you got the clarity.
I have very yes.
You got the clarity. Very good, sir. Good. Next.
So one thing.
Yes, sir.
Is that merging using IDs, like if
Sure,
branch
sure, sir. In the mini project, we will do that. The tools, whatever we discussed, again, we are going to use those tools when developing the project.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, actually, I'm working in LTI, sir. They asking me to do Jira certification, sir, Java certification.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, could you guide me how to do this?
Sure,
Actually,
Sure, Anil. I will take one session on the certifications part.
okay, sir.
Okay.
Sir, how much time it will take, sir, for completion of certificate? They only give me 1 month, sir.
Yeah, I will tell you that, sir. Just drop you a mail. I will give you the details.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah, hi, Kumar.
Sir, sorry, that time I could not able to speak.
Yeah.
Sir, I have a 2 years experience working in L&T with in Pune location.
Okay.
So up to now, sir, I felt avesham. I can say avesham in 2 ways. One way is your Git Bash, because we are using Git Bash command to push and pull.
Mm-hmm.
Branching I am not doing. There is a senior team lead, team person, so he's creating the branching concept. So Git Bash is really helpful for me. And for the log bash, I have seen the project structure. So there, like what instead of .property file, they have YML file.
Okay.
And yesterday I have seen logbash.spring.xml.
Yeah.
So there, whatever you have explained, now each and everything they have written. So
Okay.
personally, I am very happy. Initially, I was not knowing what is this. But yesterday you taught, and I have gone through live. But they have used console appender instead of file appender. Okay. So it's really once I go through the like hierarchy of project now. So up to now I am able to understand the flow of the project. So it's really helpful for me.
Good, sir. I think most of the people in this batch are working. That's nice, man. You can see that how I'm explaining the concepts. Are these concepts are using in the real time or not? You can compare now. Our friends are working in the company, so they are best people to judge. Ashok sir is taking the real-time concepts or not. Now they are telling that everybody is saying that they are using these tools in their project. That's happy to hear that. Even I am using these tools in my project.
Just one last question, sir. What is might we will teach later to us? Just wanted to know what is YML and .property file.
Yes, sir. YML is the advanced version to configure the things. Now in the Spring Boot, we are having application and properties file. Instead of the properties file, you can go for a YML also. That will come once we start the project's development. I will tell you how to use YML.
They have asked this question also to me before studying. What is the difference between .property and YML? But I just keep blah blah.
Just another configuration file that supports by Spring Boot.
Okay, sir.
Properties file you can go for YML. That is another configuration file.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
But yet, sir, your way of teaching and your content is very nice, sir. I have decided myself whatever you teach, I will go through all your training. I supposed to do DevOps, but I could not able to get that time. But later we'll see.
Sure, sir. Sure. First you complete the project, then you can go for the DevOps and AWS.
Yeah, that's why I quit, sir, because I was not getting time for that. Oh, thank you, sir.
Sure, Kumar. Thank you so much. All right. Good. Jitendra Sonkar. Hello, Jitendra.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Hi, Jitendra. Very good morning, sir. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, sir.
Okay. So, what is your opinion on this 1 month of tools that we discussed?
Yes, sir. Even I'm also working since from 5 years.
Oh, 5 years experience. Yeah, good, man.
Yes, sir. Currently working in the payment gateway domain.
Okay.
So basically, currently we are using the microservices only.
Okay.
And one of the good thing, which one under I'm working is a very experienced guy. He's from NASA return. So he's a good, yes. So he has also good experience because everything is doing experimental, and they are teaching as well also to me. And same thing, I'm learning from your also. So my confidence going to very increase.
Your confidence levels are increasing. Okay.
Yes, sir. Even in the recently, whatever you taught me, like Jira. So recently, my friend, my colleagues, he came and asked me how to merge and how to do this. So that time, I confidently I said to him. So I felt proud that day. So I helped somebody.
Okay, so you are teaching to your team members how to perform these merge operations and how to do this, all the tools, how to use the Jira and all.
Yes. And last 2 days back ago, one lady, she came and she asked me about how to how to debug an server. So we will go for info debug because it was a live project, and she got in somewhere around 60 lakh rupees. The transaction has not got found. So she has told me where should I go for debug or info. So that's why I asked debug or info, sir.
Okay. Debug means पूरा समझ में आ जाता है क्या हुआ project में उनके.
Yes. That time I answered to her. So she said I will follow that thing, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And sir, so want to more. Sir, I just want to ask. So when you start plan DevOps, sir. So because
DevOps already started, sir. Evening it started.
Yes, but not getting time, sir. That classes.
ठीक है, एक morning batch चालू करेंगे DevOps के लिए.
Yes, sir. Please. So thank you so much, sir.
Good, Jitendra. Guys, now the people who are not working, listen to these people feedback. They are working in the company and how they are using these tools. So you see that Jitendra telling that in the company his colleagues are not aware of these branches merging, not aware of this Jira, not aware of the log levels. But you know these things because I'm teaching you. The reason is I have worked with all these tools. I have 9 years experience. In the company, the people who are having 3 years experience, 4 years experience will not have this much knowledge for sure. Because they will not get that much time to think on all these tools, to work on all these tools. As I told you, I will make you very good expert in the Java development along with the real-time tools. After learning these many things, would you like to go as a fresher for the job? Would you like to go as a fresher for the job after learning these many tools? Even 3 years people also don't know whatever we are learning here. Even 3 years people also don't know in the companies whatever we are learning here. Because this is 9 years experienced content. This is 9 years experienced content. 3 years people, 4 years people are not aware of this much who are working in the companies. That will give you the confidence to attend the interviews. You have to understand that you are learning so many things. what people are doing in the industry, that is what we are learning here. You have to practice more and more. Tools are not completed, only half of the tools completed. There are some other tools also available. How to work with Jenkins, how to work with Docker, how to work with SonarQube, how to work with JMeter. So many other tools also there. We are going to understand those tools also in the coming classes. Okay? Yeah, so we are going on the right track, guys. I just want to check with the people who are working in other companies. In my company, I'm using all these tools. I checked with other people. They are also working. Most of the people in this batch are working. They are saying that they are also using the tools in their project. That means we are going in the right track. That is how we need to compare. That is how we need to compare. Yes. Anyone having any other questions?
Hi, good morning, sir.
Yeah, hi, Nitin.
Sir, can you please share interview questions for preparation? I mean,
yes, sir. It is too early. It is too early for us to prepare for the interviews because we are just understanding the tools, how to use in the real time.
Yes, sir, too early, but I will practice every day, and I need spring interview questions, spring interview questions.
Sure, sir. Sure. I will be preparing them. I will be sharing with you because next, guys, we need to understand the Jenkins tool. We need to understand the Jenkins tool. That is very, very, very important. It is a DevOps tool. Okay. We need to work with the Jenkins. Then after that, we need to develop some applications. First, I will teach you some basics of the Angular front-end basics I will teach you, and some AWS basics also I am going to teach you. Once AWS basics and Angular basics are completed, then we will go for the mini projects development. Is that okay?
Okay. Sir, also, can you please share Angular interview questions also?
Yeah, Angular interview questions I don't have, sir. I have to prepare.
Yes, for as an experienced person, I have to face interview, na? So.
Sure. मैं देता हूँ, sir. Angular के लिए मैं classes लेता हूँ. I will teach you Angular, how to use, how to work with, what is Angular, how to set up Angular, how to develop a project by using Angular, how to develop front end by using Angular, front end back end के लिए कैसे integrate करना. I will take care of all this. I will make you full stack developer.
So you are going to teach Angular in regular classes, or you are going to teach by weekends?
No, in the regular classes only I will teach, sir.
Okay. Thank you. And one more last question, sir. Can I suggest my non-IT friends, means they have completed their graduation by BSc Chemistry, BSc Physics. Can I suggest them to join your institute? Is there any possibility?
Yes, sir. They can join for the non-IT people. They can join for the DevOps course.
DevOps.
Yeah. Because programming will be less in the DevOps AWS, na? So non-IT people can go for the DevOps.
Okay, DevOps.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, current DevOps batch admissions are closed already because it's been almost 10 days batch started. The regular classes started. Main concepts also started. They have to wait for the next batch.
Do we have any 100% placement program?
Yes, sir. For all the courses, we have 100% placements now. You see that from last 1 week, we are getting so many calls from the company HRs. We want the people. Java 100% placement is there. Python 100% placement is there. DevOps placements is there. React.js Angular placements also we have now. Okay. Actually, due to my tight schedule, I am working in the company and this institute management. I am not able to concentrate much on the placements. But from last week, in the last week only, I got calls from 7 companies. They are looking for the people. Yesterday, I have sent 50 resumes, Java people resumes to the 3 companies. Java full stack development batch people, and my current Java real-time project 18 JRTP. This is 19 JRTP. 18 JRTP class is there at 8:30. In the 20 days, their batch is going to complete. For them, I have given 3 companies placements. So they are going to attend the 3 interviews. Tomorrow there is an interview for them. 100% placements are there from our institute from now onwards. Because companies are coming to us and they are asking our students. It's because of my previous batch student references. Some people are working in the companies. Some people are seeing our videos in the YouTube. They like our content. They want our students. Like that, we are getting too many placements now. Now I'm recruiting 2 HRs also to manage all these placements in the institute. Because I'm not able to focus much on the placement part because of my classes and because of my office work. From now, I have to focus that also. I'm taking 2 HRs. They will be managing all the placements from next week. For a fresher, they are offering package up to 4.5 lakhs. Product-based company. I have given one poster also. Product-based company conducting the interviews. They are not asking Spring also. If you have good in the core Java, advanced Java and SQL, they are ready to pay 4.5 lakhs package for the fresher. Yesterday that drive happened. I have given the poster also in our Telegram. So now you can tell to your juniors who want to learn the courses from Ashok IT, they have the 100% placements opportunity. Good.
Okay. You are owner of Ashok IT?
Yes, sir. It's my name only.
Okay. I got the confused.
Yeah.
But really nice start, sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Ashok sir, can I ask a small question?
Yes, Sanjala.
Okay, sir, I want to strengthen my concepts on these, Spring-related few topics that includes like Spring Bean, annotations, add component, add entity, model classes, repository. So I need a more in-depth knowledge to understand and even execute and implement at the same time. So which course would you recommend, Spring Framework or Spring Boot?
No, I don't recommend Spring now. Go for Spring Boot. Whatever the basics of the Spring concepts will be covered in the Spring Boot also, because now Boot is trending in the market.
Okay, so your current Spring Boot and microservices classes will cover all these concepts.
Yeah, right. The new batch started at 6 a.m.
Yeah, but I can only obtain videos because of the time crunch here. So I'll send you an email. Sure. Sir, regarding this job placement, because I'm not in India, so how can you help me out, sir?
Sure, already we had a discussion on that. Sanjala, I will check with my placements team. So are they okay to provide the complete remote job? If they're okay, then I will refer your profile.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So I need to check with the companies, because yesterday the product-based company came and they want the people to work from office.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sir, one last question. Sir, in our dashboard, whatever the course we have purchased, so whatever you are teaching on, that content is getting uploaded over there. So my question is that content are valid for the entire life, or it is a sort of...
It's a simple thing. You can download that content now. It will be available in your system only. No?
No, I'm asking, after login in Ashok IT, so dashboard, so inside dashboard, whatever the course we have purchased, so that content will be...
Yep, it will be available, sir. It will be available.
Available for the means whole life, or...
Yeah, 1 year, minimum 1 year it will be available. For every 1 year, we will do the data cleanup activity.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Sir, I have a personal question. So can I ask you?
Yes, Jitendra.
Yesterday in an office, they are discussing about they are looking one trainer.
Okay.
Can I recommend your name, sir?
Yes, sir, you can.
So are you available? I mean, can we manage, sir?
Yes, sir. I will check with them what is their requirement. So if they want full day training, I can't do that. If they want 2 hours in a day, then I can manage.
Yes, sir. 3 to and 4 hours.
Sure, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right, fine, guys. With this, we are stopping. So just go through all the things that we have discussed so far and revise. So tomorrow we'll continue. Tomorrow we are going to talk about a concept called environments for the application. In the real time, how many environments will be available for one project, that we are going to discuss in the tomorrow session. Because to understand the Jenkins, first we need to understand the environments. Tomorrow we'll understand the environments which are required for our application, how the environments will be available in the real time. That is our tomorrow's topic. Thank you. This I'm stopping for today. We'll continue from tomorrow. Yeah. The DevOps batch already started 10 days back, which is running in the evening. We will update the next DevOps batch slot. We'll update the next DevOps batch slot very soon. Thank you, guys.
Sir, hello?
Yes, sir, tell me.
Sir, any batch in evening, a Spring Boot or microservices?
No, sir. Currently morning 6 a.m. batch is available, sir. Evening batch is not available for Spring Boot. Currently morning 6 a.m. batch is available.
Any plans, sir, in 1 month or?
Yeah, maybe next month it will come. Maybe next month.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
I made my query, sir. Please give me answer for that person.
Sure.
This is Aparaj.
Yeah, sure, Ratna. I will do that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.